What's up and welcome back to another video. It's your girl Winfrey. If you're new to my channel, by the way, you're more than welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification bell so that anytime Winfrey uploads any video, you're the first person to get notified. I'm going to be talking about things you can do when you are overwhelmed. Guys, based on my experience, that sometimes you are too overwhelmed, not because you don't know how to manage your time, you know what I mean, but because what you have to do is actually more, I think, let me put it that way, more than what you have to actually do is more than the time you have. So I'm gonna be sharing 5 things you can do in that moment so that you finish up whatever you need to do in that time. You have to do in order to match up with your schedule plus the time you have. Guys, wake up with a plan. If in your day you have a plan, follow that plan. Usually it's always good to write down what you want to do in a day so that at the end of the day you mark what have I done, what have I not done. It helps you properly plan your time, not to waste your time. You know that at this point I have to be here based on your schedule, so that is very important. Note down what you want to do. You can write it in a book. You can write it in your phone if you have a diary or whatever on your phone app you want to use. Just go ahead and do that. Point number 2 is very important. Point number 2, look at it, check the time, check what you're supposed to do. If it's not corresponding, remind yourself, where did I waste that time? You understand what I mean? That's number 2. Point number 3. Now this is, guys, don't hate me for this, but point number 3 is something in your timetable that you didn't plan to do. Well, some things, they are digestible, like you can push some things away because the things are really urgent. What do I mean? For example, you're from work, you're from school, or wherever you're coming from, and you're feeling this sharp pain. You really need to see the doctor. Of course, this will accept it. Or a friend has called you, is in a very urgent situation, it can't wait. That's understandable. Not because, this was my habit before, guys. You need to pass other places you didn't plan to pass, or you're like, or I'll just pass here, I'll just buy this shop and buy this and buy. They're not in your schedule. Do you understand what I mean? But in that moment, that's when you remember. Because the moment you go to that very shop, that's when you remember, I don't have this, I need to grab this, you end up even spending unnecessarily. So all I'm saying is that stick to what you planned for that day. Do not squeeze or do not put things that you didn't plan in your timetable for the day. You understand? If they're not urgent, there is no need. For example, you find a person on the way, we're like, oh, let's go hang out. You don't plan for that hangout actually. You have other things going on. At the end of the day, you're not going to fulfill the 5 things or the 3 things you put on your list as major things that are supposed to be done. And you keep on procrastinating that thing, things in your plans that are not really urgent. That's what I mean. If that chocolate, if you don't eat it, you'll not die. Don't pass that shop, please. Then point number last but not the least, actually. Guys, put a reminder on your phone. If you don't have a phone, which is rare, if you don't have a phone, then you have a calendar at least in your house. Mark it for very important. Now guys, I was not that kind of a person, but when I moved here, we have a lot of appointments that Sometimes you even forget. Sometimes you even forget that you really have that appointment. Do you understand what I mean? So the best way to save yourself a stress is to set up that. How do you set up that? You just basically go to your calendar on your phone and then put an event. What is there? Set an alarm 2 hours before, one day before, depending on what can make you remember. The best way to do that is simply because you will not forget. This reminder will come like an alarm to remind you. So in my own opinion, I advise at least set it 4 5 hours before that appointment that you have, so that at the end of the back of your head you know that really this is very important for this day when you're making a schedule for that particular day. You and your tips will you know help you a lot to manage your time and manage the things you're supposed to do in that very moment. Points were very useful to you, or any other um things. What do you do to manage your time to make sure that whatever you do matches the time you have? That's the end of this video. Short, very short. Until then, guys, see you in my next vlog. Do not forget to be you for you, because you're the only you for yourself, guys. Until then, shalom, peace, bye.